I want to make sure that you know like who I am and like just more about me, because I feel like personal trainers, like you have to have a connection. Even the ones I train with in person, like if you don't like the trainer, you're not going to either trust them, want to give them your effort or anything. So telling you a little about me might help. And then it's funny thing is my clients, even the ones I see multiple times a week, they're like, I don't really know much about you. So maybe you girls will learn something new too. I don't know. I don't like to talk about myself. So I guess now I'm going to be forced to do so. And maybe if you learn more about me, then you'll be like, "Ooh, I really like her. Let's work out together." Whatever. Okay. All right. So things about me. As you can tell, I love my dog. I also am married. Logan is my husband. And you can see that the dog outranks the husband. There's 3 pictures of the dog, and there's two pictures of Logan. I don't know if that's on purpose, but it just kind of happens that way. But no, so I'm married. Me and Logan been married for 10 years, or sorry, together for 10 years, married for 5. He works on tour, the PGA Golf Tour. So if you have husbands that love golf, he does do training. He's a trainer. We own the fitness life together, but he's always on the road. So my dog is my child. We like spend every moment together, and that's that. So he's my fur baby. I'm actually not planning on having kids. That will be my child right there. And after that one's gone, then of course there'll be some more dogs for my children. So I love to go hiking, except for when there's snakes. I was able to go hiking this weekend and not see any snakes. I was so lucky. I was on Instagram yesterday and someone posted a really big snake here in Boise, and I was like, okay, where are you? Because that is not on my hiking list. It was like 10 feet long. No, thank you at all. Okay, so anyways, I became a personal trainer way back. I can't even remember what year it was, but it was before the weights in the gym came. I was a runner, so really kind of giving you some idea of why I love to work out. I was in high school, I ran track, and I always struggled with depression. So for me, my running actually helped me get through the depression of just feeling like crap. It was almost like if I can't fix the way that I feel, I can fix something, my physique. You know, like running kind of made me feel like I was fixing something. So I would use running to help me feel better, escape, you know, not getting along with my dad, high school, any female, you know, like high school, like it's miserable, right? So I would use running and exercise to feel like I was actually doing something. And that's when phase one, I kind of broke my life up into 3 phases. So I also really love food. Surprisingly, everyone is thinking that I eat super, super well, but I do eat better now. Back in the day, it was like I would eat everything. There was nothing off limits, no limitations, everything, and then I would run. And I would run a lot because I ate a lot. So this is when you hear people say you outwork your bad diet. And clearly from the photo, you can see that it doesn't really work. I mean, I was never really obese and I never let it get out of hand. But that's because for me, if I ever got really out of weight or overweight, it made me feel like the depression would sink in. So I would not let that happen because in my brain, it was like, oh, I would get too depressed. And I was trying to avoid that. So you're not really going to see like a huge transformation from me. I mean, and the fact that like I have a lot more muscle now and less body fat, but it wasn't like Allie used to weigh 300 pounds or 250 or anything like that. I never let me get that way because of the fear of depression sinking in. Okay. So phase one, I tried to outrun my bad diet. I actually didn't even have any healthy relationship with food. I would eat ice cream after dinner every night. We would have popcorn and butter. Like my family growing up, like ultimate junk food. So when you come to me and you're like, Allie, I can't give up junk food, like I know. Like literally, we would have dinner, sit down and watch TV as a family, and we would eat ice cream. Like, and not just like a little cup of ice cream. It was like, who can make the biggest bowl of ice cream? And then we would always have popcorn. My mom, growing up, she would always, movie is not a movie without popcorn. So whenever we watched a movie, we always had popcorn, and of course the one with butter. Like it was never like, oh, we can have popcorn, but let's have like the 100-calorie one. No, it was the buttery one. So I was having to deal with all of those like bad habits, and I'm even still trying to struggle with them. I really love ice cream, and I blame not my genetics, but the way I grew up. And it was just the lifestyle of the way I grew up. So after a while, like I got done and I couldn't run anymore. I was sick of it and I wanted to like look fit. I wanted to look like the fitness models. I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. I would, eat, eat, eat. If I got to 150, that scared me. And I was like, okay, no, run more, eat less. And then I wanted to get down to 135. So I was always stuck between those two. And I just felt like I wasn't going anywhere. And that's when Logan actually came into my life and he's like, you need to lift. And I absolutely hated it at first. So when ladies, you're like, oh, lifting's going to make me look big. I don't like it. Like, I was there, and I'm not telling you this just so you like, oh, she like gets me. Like, no, I did not like to lift. I ran 4 miles a day, 5 days a week, and I never lifted. And so Logan was like, you need to lift with me. And I didn't really like it, but then after a while, I found like I needed a direction because just running around over and over was not giving me a sense of like direction. And so then I would sign up. I actually signed up for the Gold's Gym Challenge. I started lifting with Logan. And the reason why I really got into lifting is we would always work out together. And he was so much stronger. He's a dude. He's been lifting for a while. So when we were lifting, it was like he had to put his big weight on, and then he had to take all of it off to put my little weight on. And it drove me absolutely crazy. I felt like I was inconvenienced to him. I felt like he was like, oh, I hate lifting with you. But he never felt this way. It was just all in my head, right? So I was like, no more. Like, I am sick of this. I want to get really strong so that when I work out with Logan, we're not transferring a bunch of weight. And for the longest time, my goal was to always lift at least half of his weight. And so, like, if he was lifting 100 pounds on something, my goal was 50. And then, like, I was so excited when I was more than half. And it was just like, that's when I really got into it. I got into lifting and just seeing what I was capable. I approached every workout as, what could I do? What am I capable of doing? And people started to like notice my body changing, and they're like, what are you doing? And like, can you give me a workout program? Can I follow you? Can we work out together? And that's when I actually don't remember if I became a personal trainer and then competed or vice versa. But that's when someone said, Allie, you should think about competing. And I don't like being in front of people. Like, this whole camera thing is super uncomfortable. I swear I had a heart attack this morning. But like, I was like, no, I don't think so. But then it gave me direction. And I like craved direction, and I craved competition. After we graduate high school and college, there's no more sports for us really. And so it's like, when you're growing up doing all of that as an adult, you're like, now what? And so I felt like it gave me purpose. And then also Logan was like, you should be a trainer. People actually care about what you're doing, and they want to like follow your workouts, and they like you. And so that's phase two. I really got into competitions, and I loved it because I was good at it, right? So it was like back in high school, like the big dog, and I was good again. I had trophies, and I even went to a national show in New Jersey. Now, national show is like US wide. I think there might even been like international people there. These ladies, like, you think I look big in this picture, like, no. And that was the funny thing, is I would be working out in the gym thinking like, I'm pretty big compared to all of these people around here in Boise. No, you get on that national stage, and there's a thing called steroids. Yeah, these ladies are huge. And so I came home clearly not doing well because I was not on their level. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break from competing. And at first, it was just a break. Like, it was just, give me some time. I clearly need to add on more muscle. I need to get leaner. I have things to work on. So I was like, okay, this is going to be what people call off season. And that's like when they get ready. And I think I was lying to myself, because after New Jersey, I like fell into a depression. So I am all for people who love to compete, but I don't think it's healthy for everybody. why I decided to finally hang up my competition shoes was I was looking in the mirror, and at 10 or 11%, I was like, I am disgusting. I am fat. I'm not lean enough, because I went to New Jersey and I wasn't even close. I stepped on stage in New Jersey at like 9.5% and I wasn't lean enough. And so coming home and getting to like your healthier weight, like completely messed up my brain. I like couldn't look at myself. Everything I was doing was not good enough. So I was like, this has got to stop. So I started working on finding balance. And this is coming from the extreme. Like when you compete, you do crazy things like have tilapia for breakfast and you only eat broccoli, rice, asparagus, and chicken. I had to go from that mindset to having pizza every once in a while is fine. Being 13%, 14% is fine. And it really took some time to do so. And that's when, I said, no more. Okay, this is the fitness life. It's going to be about balance. Yes, you enjoy things with family like pizza. Yes, you work out. I still love to do all of the workouts I would for competition, but it's all about balance. Okay, so that's what the fitness life means. And that's what I try to instill in my clients, is that I want you all to have balance. I do love you to push yourself, see what you're capable of. If you want to cut down and lean, we do it for a short period of time, slowly ease back into normal. It's not extreme, because as you've probably seen in the past, you've done something really, really extreme. You gave up, it was too hard, and then your body all of a sudden gains all the weight back. And that's what we call the yo-yo effect. I even call it the bulldozer effect, because I feel like when women want to join a challenge or get fit, they're like, okay, that's it. I'm going to cut out all carbs. They like try to bulldozer their whole diet, and they like everything they're currently doing must be wrong. So they completely change everything. And that's really not true. You can't be doing absolutely everything wrong. There's things that you can make better, but I don't need you to take a bulldozer to everything. You don't ever need to feel like you have to start over. I don't want you to outwork your bad diet. I don't want you to do a bunch of cardio and eat like crap. That's not going to get you anywhere. I don't want you to run yourself into the ground. I don't want you have to, cut really, really hard for 6 weeks just at the end of the 6-week challenge to gain twice as much weight back. And number 3, I want you to learn bits and pieces from me, incorporate in your life, and then build a lifestyle. Because as you build a lifestyle here and there over time, it becomes just who you are. Okay. So yeah, my lifestyle right now is completely different from when I grew up, but it didn't happen like that overnight. All right. I did it one step at a time. And now it doesn't even feel like I really completely changed my life, because I did it so one step at a time. Okay. So how will I do this? The challenge, I'm going to give you direction. You are no longer going to stress about what you're going to do in the gym. You are going to have rules to follow. I think strict rules can help people build a routine and habits, right? So that's why people like really strict diets, because it's like black and white. And I think that is good for small parts of time, like my competition. I liked the strictness of it, because then I learned that I could do it. I learned what I needed to do. And so now when I'm living the fitness life and there's days that are hard, I know I can do it. I did it. And I know what I need to do. And those strict moments helped build structure, so that now I can live a little bit of flexibility and pick and choose what to incorporate. Okay. And then confidence. A lot of you are probably pretty confident in the gym. You work with me. I help you feel confident. But I just don't ever want the fear of anything holding you back, right? The fear of gaining too much weight back after the 6th week, the fear of going to the gym, the fear of looking dumb at the gym. Like, what if someone looks at me and I'm not doing something right? Is this even a good workout? I'm going to completely outline everything for you so that you don't have to guess. Okay?
Ladies, I get it. We are always just rushing out of the house, on to the next thing. It seems like we don't have time to work out. We might not even have the motivation to write up our own workouts. That's where I come in. Let me be your personal trainer. I've based all of my workouts on supersets. I'm gonna get you in and out of the gym without sacrificing your results. So try out my app and let's get started today.